So here's another fight that's been kind of stewing in my head, and I just thought I'd, share it with the rest of you guys just to talk about it. Now, I do not intend to make these fight videos again, mostly because, the arguments kind of got pretty nasty in the last few ones, so I canceled them. But this one's more like, oh, this would be kind of interesting if it happened. It's kind of like with the Dominator and Cyclonus fight, in the same way. But this one was kind of like, this one's been a little more in tandem with my mind because a good friend of mine, Ivan Krolo, had an image of Superman, Christopher Reeve Superman, floating outside Emperor Palpatine's. It was an edited image of Christopher Reeve Superman floating in front of the Death Star with Palpatine looking back at him, and he's like, Emperor, would you care to step outside? So here we are, Superman versus Palpatine. Who would come out on top in a match between Man of Steel, Dark Lord of the Sith? Who would really come out on top in a match between these two? And it just kind of went out over and over in my head of like who could honestly win in the battle between these two. Now, of course, we all know that Superman. We all know what Superman can do. We all know heat vision, superhuman speed, flight, invulnerability, super strength, and all of that. Superman, of course, even has some martial arts skill. He learned two forms of Kryptonian forms of martial arts, as well as he's learned some stuff from Batman and Wonder Woman. So even without his powers, he's actually pretty well trained in some forms of martial arts. Now, the other thing is that, of course, Superman has all of those powers. What can we say about what more can I say about that? Also, Superman's not an idiot. He is in no way an idiot. He's incredibly intelligent. And, it's fucking Superman. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you have Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine, who... Palpatine is probably one of the most powerful Sith Lords. I mean, even his master Plagueis sensed that, he had to keep Palpatine under his thumb, which eventually didn't really work out. Now, Palpatine, as was described by someone as this black void that could just suck in anything. That's what it kind of felt like with his power level. He is ranked as one of the most powerful Sith Lords, and even in his 30 years after he created the Empire, even Vader realized as old as Palpatine was getting, his powers did not wane. If anything, they were even more stronger than before. So, if anything, the dude got stronger with age. Even though, he looks like an old, frail ballsack, he doesn't exactly, he still commands a lot of fear. Palpatine even carries, of course, like all Force wielders, he uses a lightsaber. But what makes him so interesting is that Palpatine is a master of all 7 forms of lightsaber combat. He trained under all of them and uses them in different variations. And that's something that takes forever to do. That's something that, it takes a while to master one, let alone, all of them at once. Yeah, that's damn near impossible. Not many Force wielders, either Jedi nor Sith, have been able to do such a feat in, a long-ass time. But no, Palpatine also, of course, is one of those powerful Force wielders, and the thing about the Force is still, as according to the Darth Plagueis novel, the Force is still a mystical energy. It is still a mystical energy. It's just that the midichlorians Plagueis discovered are not so much generators of the Force. They're more like conduits for the Force, for people to, if you have enough of midichlorians, you can concentrate and harness the Force through your body. So that's kind of it, is that the Force is still this mystical thing. And what is Superman, one of his main weaknesses outside of kryptonite is? Magic. So you could technically chalk up the Force to this magical power source that could actually hurt Superman. I'm pretty sure, I mean, we've never seen it before, but I'm pretty sure it couldn't really... I don't know how much punishment he could take from Palpatine's Force lightning. That's the big question, is that, And the other thing is, can a lightsaber cut Superman? It's one of those many questions I've asked myself, is like, can a lightsaber cut Superman? And the other thing that I've always wondered, can Wolverine's claws cut Superman? Those are the two things I've always wondered. Can those things actually harm Superman? Lightsaber and Wolverine's claws. But even despite his, Palpatine's age, this guy was a force to be reckoned with. He was pretty old as it was when he beat down Maul and Savage in a 2-on-1 matchup, and when he fought Yoda. So even when he got old, he got even on in years, his connection to the Force only strengthened. His lightsaber combat probably improved as well. I mean, if you've read Lords of the Sith, he used his lightsaber in there. But yeah, with Sidious, he's incredibly intelligent. This guy's like a chess master, and everyone's a pawn in his great galactic game. So if anything, man, this is a tough fight. I mean, Superman obviously has all the super strength, all of that, but it's the Force. It's this mystical galactic energy field that surrounds us and binds us and penetrates us. So, yeah, the Force is, it's the Force. What more can I say about it? On the other hand, if Superman can get in one punch, could he destroy Superman? Destroy Superman, of course. He wouldn't destroy himself. Could he kill Palpatine? And that's the other thing, is that Superman doesn't kill. Contrary to what Batman v Superman and Man of Steel will lead you to believe, Superman doesn't kill. Palpatine, that's usually on the first thing on his mind, is that, I'm gonna kill you, and you're gonna die horribly. So that's the thing, is that the way I see it with Superman battling Palpatine is that he could stand a lot of punishment from from Palpatine's Force lightning, but I think after being struck by it so many times, he would start feeling it. He would really start feeling all of that power coming down on him, and it would start taking its toll on him. So that would be a big thing for him to handle. But yeah. Make no mistake, this would be probably a very gruesome fight, so you guys tell me, who do you think would win in a fight, Superman or Palpatine? And just like before, to make things interesting, comment below, who do you think would win? If you think Superman would win, put hashtag Superman wins and leave the reasons why you think Superman would win. If you think Palpatine should win, just put hashtag Palpatine wins and leave the reasons why you think Palpatine would win in this matchup. But yeah, I don't intend to make this a thing, so please don't send me fight requests. These are just fights that came out of my head, and yeah, I don't know if I'll make this a segment, but whatever. Anyway, so this is just a random fight that spawned out of my head, so I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say about, the man, probably greatest hero versus one of the greatest villains. So, really looking forward to what you guys have to say about this little matchup. But anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.